in January for those early transfers. And then after June 15th is when the internal process would close down without permission of both the principal at each school for the transfer to occur.
Okay.
Instead of having the priority transfer work language, we just tried to create what we already, I think, are utilizing somewhat is the early voluntary transfer MOU language, just simplified. I think that's it. I don't think we had any. I think everything else we didn't discuss anything else. So that would be it for that one.
Okay.
Which I know you'll need to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one that we were able to get through was 9, which our only issue is adding back, I guess it was keeping current language on page 1. The last sentence about the principal or designee will send a reminder at least 30 days prior to the deadline date. Our thought on that is it already says in the bargaining agreement in B that professional employees have until 4 weeks before the last day of school to submit it. And as professional employees, they should make sure they submit that by the deadline. And so we do not feel that having the principals at the school needing to be responsible for reminding them to submit by their deadline when it's already in the collective bargaining agreement, and presumably SJEA can remind them themselves of when they should apply if they choose to do so, putting that burden on the principals. So I know that's current contract language, so our proposal would be to remove it from the contract. I think that's it for ours. We tried to, in the time period, get through, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit, 6, 10, and 15. We were talking a lot about it. I think there's a lot of meat to some of these changes. So I think we'll talk about maybe at the end where we think we go with 6, 10, and 15.
Yeah, those we knew we probably wouldn't be able to counter on tonight. That's why, but we wanted to get them in your hands so you guys could start working through them.
We did.
Question on B. I mean, I guess in the original contract, it never had the employee or the principal giving the employee the preference form. But I think that's our intent here, is that like somewhere there, it needs to be stated that the principal is giving the employees this preference form, and then we're okay with the employees submitting that 4 weeks before the end of the school year. But I think that's our only holdup on that.
Shall return their preference form. Yeah.
Right, but what I'm saying is that, yeah, there was nothing in there that says where they're getting that written preference.
Yeah, because the current contract says each professional employee shall present to their administrator 4 weeks before the last day of school.
I just know at every school I've been given something to fill out, and I feel like that's kind of practice. We're just trying to capture that in this part.
Meaning, where do they get the form?
Yeah, just that the principal should be giving this out. How long are they giving employees to fill this out, right? Like, are they giving it out 2 weeks?
Couldn't it just say the form shall be available at each school site? I mean,
Well, like in every school that I've been at, it's been an email that's sent to me. Like, it's an online form that gets sent. So if it's not sent to me, then how am I giving my preference is kind of my question.
Language is definitely old.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, is like the language isn't capturing what's actually happening.
I'm listening, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, but their question is, how do we receive it?
Well, it is a paper at some elementary schools.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
you're asking, I mean, the reminder language is the issue. You're asking more for something specific about the administration shall distribute a form
Correct.
which shall be due by no later than such and such.
Correct. And then the administrator should give employees,
I mean, you
I
don't want
don't
to give it to
know.
you the day before.
right, they should give us 2 weeks to turn it in or something.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can,
Yeah, so I mean, they've already received them for next year already.
yeah, we can
Yeah.
further talk about that. That's not a
Okay.
difficult issue.
Yeah.
Well, I think we understand each other on that.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for asking on that.
Yeah. All right, we have counters, paper counters or paper TAs, and then I've got 2 counters that I can present to you. So I guess we can do the counters first so that if you agree to it, then Phyllis can
Okay.
print it while we're doing the other stuff. That was just my national language. Okay. What am I looking for? So our counter to the MOU is we understand that you want more time to see how this all fleshes out. The argument for not putting it in the contract is that grades are due on all of these planning days. So that argument doesn't track for why you would take January 3rd out, because that also is when grades are due. Even if I have a paper stack of papers to grade, I can still take that with me and do it from wherever I am remotely. May, and then you made the argument that May was not on the that May is on the
Needed more
last,
time because May was coming.
because May was coming, but May wasn't on the last MOU.
We pull it off.
Right. So we don't have that to look off of. So I would say let's use the same MOU again, get the correct data, and go from there. So our counter is to add January back in there, because I think, I mean, there's no reason not to, other than there's an in-service day the next day. But I mean, people in your reasoning was that grades were due on January 3rd. Well, grades are also due on March 14th and October 14th, and yeah. But employees are able to get grades done from wherever they are. And yeah, we would assume there were no problems with that. So that would be our counter.
Okay. We'll have to discuss that.
Okay.
Before.
In leave, we were fine with all of your changes.
That's 11, right?
Yes. Let's see.
Bereavement.
Yep. Our counter is to bereavement. And our counter would be to get 3 days paid without having to utilize your leave. And we're fine with all other changes that were made to this article. So that's our only change.
On the one above too,
Mhm.
just on the religious one, was there any change? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Any other ones?
Those are our 2 counters that we're ready for tonight. And then I've got 2 things we can TA on.
Yeah, you're welcome.
If the last ones are just TAs,
Mhm.
and then there's, I think we're good on 7. If we can caucus for maybe a 10-minute window, because we've just got this MOU issue and Article 11 just adding in the 3 days. And then let me make sure, because I think we might be able to do one more too in there, which was, that's probably not going to give you enough time on 8, is it? You're not going to have enough time on 8 on that. Transfers?
We can try.
Okay,
I don't know if, but we will discuss it.
okay.
We can look at.
Yeah, 9. We can come back on
We'll look at
9.
9B.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me make a note.
Want to do 825 and we're gonna do 840?
Yes. Yep. So 11, 9B, MOU. And then this one,
Okay, I will put, so you need my counter of 11 and the MOU, correct?
yes.
Okay. Where do you want me to put it into? And where it says articles for today?
Yeah. Because we can talk about them without them being in there, but if we have to print anything.
Good to go. You're online and going.
Thank you. We were trying to hustle. So I think on the MOU, we need more time to discuss that. We were trying to lock that down. We just could not. On Article 11, with the 3 proposed days for the bereavement, with the one, we were trying to do just some calculations from a financial impact perspective, and we had 10 minutes.
Right.
So we probably need to come back to you on 11, just on the bereavement provision, which I think is 3 days. And then on Article 9B, to try to get that one done, we do have language. We don't have it printed yet because we wanted to get your input on it.
Okay.
On B, see what you think about that. Our thought was it gives you 5 weeks, basically.
So we'll provide the form and then.
I have a question. So in the schools, I know you were talking about the schools you've been in have always been in email and always been whatever. My experience has been very opposite and it's been very early and requesting it back. So are we tying any hands? Like I usually get it in January, February, and it's due the beginning of March, 9 weeks before the end of the school year. So does that prevent that from happening?
No.
No,
No.
it's
No later
getting
than
the
third
no
quarter.
later
Yeah.
than third.
We would give you the form no later than third
But
quarter.
returning it
It-
4 weeks
yeah,
before.
it
Like,
would
mine
change
was,
that.
Mine was due 6 weeks ago. Right now it's 4 weeks before.
No, this would say 4 weeks
Mhm.
before the last day of school is your deadline.
You could
Earlier
return
is
it
better.
before that.
Earlier is okay.
Earlier.
It
is
cannot
okay.
be mandated that you
Right.
return it earlier,
Okay,
is the way that that's going to read.
right. Is that what, you're okay with that?
That's what our expectation is, right? I mean, your deadline is 4 weeks before the end of the school year to let us know where you want to go. That's the expectation. Is that, we thought 5 weeks was enough. We were trying to
Oh,
get
yeah,
a
yeah.
date certain for the form to be provided. Does that get where?
Yeah.
Okay,
Good food.
then we're good on that. And we did delete that last line. That was original contract line.
Tear it up.
Okay.
We discussed transfer, but just
Not
we
enough
need more time. We do have Article 2 to TA on. So I've got 2 copies, and then we can TA on St. John's Tech. Gaines, we're just gonna hold on. We need to do a little bit more research on that.
Okay.
Some more time. So
Need one more copy of
yeah, we need one more copy of each.
of
At
the
least if you
technical
guys
high
have a
school and,
claim.
which one? Article.
Article 2 and St. John's Tech MOU.
We will
Oh, I think
TA
I
on
have an
2
extra
and 9 and MOU on.
one.
Not Article.
You got 2?
We got St. John's Tech.
I got.
We've got plenty of those.
What was the other
Just
one?
need another 2.
2, 9, and St. John's Tech. And then we owe.
Give another 2.
SJEA owes.
Another 2.
Another 2.
Nine.
Okay, so let's make sure.
So it's good enough.
2 is good. We owe you on 9. They owe on 7.
Yes. Confirm all of our dates, make sure we're all on the same calendar again.
And then 12. Did you hear what's on 12?
Which one's 12?
Vacancies and promotions.
Oh, yeah, we need, do we have, we have that. Forgot about that one. Okay, yeah, I can pull that up. Sorry.
Just do it next
We
time.
have it.
Oh,
Can I
you're
do it
right.
next time?
Well, let
I
me
don't
make
think it's,
There's nothing. So our issue is the and internal only. We are willing to give you, do you want me to pull it back up?
I've got it, but I don't know about the rest.
give Wayne a second.
Yeah, he's signing away.
she print another two?
You owe us on 7, right?
You could just sign on the bottom line on that one.
What about 7? Authority of the teacher? We were good on that.
Teacher,
We TA on that, right? That one we printed
Oh, yeah,
already.
I think we,
We did.
but I
You
think
have
there was
signatures?
I don't know if you had a response.
We did it together on that.
yeah, we
We
did
did it
together on the
together.
And
screen.
then we printed it for
But I
signing.
think there was something missing.
So this was the print of before we fixed it on the screen. So it just needs to be reprinted
Normally
again.
still in there. Which one is that?
Oh,
But yeah, we're good to
7.
TA on that one.
7 we're good on.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I got all these.
Oh,
12. Getting to
12, I'm putting up on the screen right now. We have a counter.
And then you are gonna owe us on 8. I'm just taking notes.
Yes, 8, we have a counter.
9 we're good on. Okay. And then we owe you on 6, 10, and 11. 6, 10, and 15. And you got 7. 7 is good. No, that's 12.
Just 12.
12.
She's gonna put it up on the screen.
Gotcha. Okay. Which is vacancies and promotions. Gotcha. Thank you. I think I'm organized here.
Nine, two,
9, 2, 7.
This is an extra 2. We need an extra 2.
We need one extra too. I just printed an extra.
Okay, I'm gonna sign it. Thank you for printing it.
Are you heading west?
Back out yonder.
And now I don't even know what we TA'd.
That's
Okay.
factory.
Hang on for a second.
Either 10.
You have signed this one.
We gotta get it.
I'll reprint it. Does she have, you have all, those are all the original?
Do you have?
We don't have any
Oh,
yet.
that's the worst.
I mean, I'd sit all day.
Please.
It's not
I know,
really
but
impactful,
still.
it just hurts.
Oh, I need to sign this one. I was like, why do I have this in my hands?
Professional sitter.
Okay, there you go.
That's not good.
That's why I'm
Put
on
them all in
shake.
this.
Generally unhealthy.
All right, what's 12?
No.
We're on 12. You had a,
So 12, we basically would give you 2 options. We are okay with the idea of reposts only being posted for 3 calendar days. However, again, we feel like you are not giving current employees any sort of, I guess, I don't want to say advantage, that's not the word I'm looking for, but we just don't like the fact that the internal only post would only be 3 days. And so if we're okay with going back to and internal only, then we would agree to it, or we can just get rid of, revert back to original contract language for B and get rid of your reposts shall, or maybe posted for 3 calendar days.
So I think the internal piece is a processing thing. We're trying to process it quicker, actually. So not because we can, because they're current internal employees. So that's what we're trying to do, especially if we're running up against deadlines relative to transferring anyway,
Mhm.
right? Your May, June, whatever we agreed on. So generally, if we're going internal only, there's probably a healthy group of internals that we're targeting, or that the school is. So it was for that, to try to get a process quicker so that they could transfer.
Mhm.
It wasn't to restrict.
I understand that, but it is restrictive in nature by only posting it for 3 days. What if I am looking for a job and I might be out 3 days because I'm sick, and then I've missed, like maybe it's posted on a Friday and I'm out on Friday because I'm sick, and then it says calendar days, so it could have been posted Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've completely missed this opening. Yes, I did not mean to.
the current contract language doesn't have the green in there.
Correct.
No.
I mean, if we're coming back on other ones, we probably need to have a conversation about it. It just makes sense to come back on it then.
Okay.
Let's just do
We'll
that.
put it in the
I'll
drive.
put it in our bucket. Can we go over?
So you're, sorry,
We're
the
gonna-
objection is just to internal.
They just want to scratch out all of it and go
No.
back.
No.
Well,
Repost
either
is good.
we,
Or-
or we can scratch out all of it and just revert back to original contract language.
Correct.
Did you make sure that's the correct one?
8, 7.
Yeah, but on the second page. I think
So
that's
to be
right.
clear, either scratch it out or what do you want it to say?
We wanted to only have reposts maybe posted for 3 days.
This is correct, right? No,
Unless a shorter period of time is mutually agreed upon.
Okay. Or all together.
That's correct, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, did I? Sorry. I need to double check. Yep.
Hold on,
Right. These are correct.
Okay.
Chat on 12. Hold
Those are correct.
on.
Those
Let
are
me
the-
put
I'm not touching the.
that in the drive before I
I'm gonna get it
forget.
all out of order.
It's not me. You would know it because my foot is blue right now. I would be yelling at you.
Screaming.
Oh, you're
I,
injured?
She,
in the dumbest way possible, I am injured. My foot fell asleep during my planning, which is 7th period today. And I was like, I'm just going to walk on it to like wake it back up. But I'm in heels and immediately just like twisted my ankle. And it's, that's the problem is
Yeah,
having
if
a
you had
planning
somebody in
period.
there with you.
No, then I would have just had 30 witnesses to me almost dying.
Nothing is ever good when it's downtime.
You're
So sad.
running laps.
Oh,
during
man.
the planning.
That's right.
Also, why I should not sit on my foot. Okay. What article am I on?
You want this back on it or just leave it? Like that. Like you want to do it tonight or do you want to come back on
yes, you just TA'd 7.
I think we
Yes,
can-
you TA'd 7. We definitely want to thank our SLPs for coming tonight.
Yes.
So are these all the SLPs plus one?
This is a small portion.
Small portion.
What's your copy?
That's your copy, Phyllis.
Small
Small
but
but mighty.
Small but mighty, a great representation. And 3 awards Creek.
Woo! A lot of SLPs at one.
Where else other than Ward's Creek?
I'll do it.
Crookshank, Swiss Point, Ward's Creek. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
All right.
So
I don't even know what is happening anymore.
can I just go over homework?
Sure.
I believe we owe you a response to the MOU on remote.
Okay.
Article 11, 10, 6, 15, and 12. Or stated better, 6, 10, 11, 12, 15. And I think you owe us MOU on gains 7 and 8.
Yeah,
Did we knock out 7, so just 8? Thank you, thank you. Did I miss any?
We haven't passed those yet. 9.
9 is,
Also,
just-
was
we
1
just did
P8 on, or were we still holding that? For
9?
Qualifications and assignments. I thought.
We did
We
that.
just did 9.
We-
That's
just
where we
TA'd
added
it?
the
Okay.
line professional.
Yes, we TA'd on 2, 7, and 9.
Okay.
We can probably TA 1 and 2. I know that
Yeah.
we're just waiting. I think that's not that big
We're
of a
waiting on
deal.
Bert.
It's recognition, but I think we can,
Oh,
I don't think there's any issue.
Okay, so we have it.
Lisa, we can TA. So if you guys want to bring 1 next time, we did
Okay.
TA on this one.
and I'll just put 1 on my list just to bring
Yeah.
work. TA. Okay. So that's next, and then next sessions.
Compensation and supplements and insurance. That's all, yeah.
But that's
Do
it.
you know when you
That's
guys are gonna be ready to talk
Appendixes.
compensation?
Well,
I'm pulling on my calendar, not
Just to
texting.
see when they'd be willing, when they're ready to start talking compensation.
well, I think Terry may address it, but I mean, there's some significant changes in some of these other
Yes.
pieces that you passed
Oh,
to
yeah.
us that
Yeah.
we're not sure will be even prepared for next Wednesday, right? We have a
Okay.
we have a date next Wednesday, so I think what our proposal was just to keep the 15th, is that?
Yeah, we're losing our team, most of our team for part of this week too, so that would really give
Yeah, you
us
guys are all
next
going to
week.
then.
So do we need to cancel next week?
Unless Suggested needs it, which is one of the proposals
Well,
not to run it.
I mean, possibly, but we haven't, we never,
You were waiting on
we gotta
me to-
wait on leave.
Right.
That's
So,
that's the
um,
holdout.
So close.
So I think we've 2 dates in May, right?
We have the
15th,
15th and the 29th.
Right, so I think,
Yes.
We need to cancel the
And
8th.
the end.
yeah, so I think what we were thinking is after that, I mean, we're probably pretty close depending the product of the committee work, right? Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna subsequently
And-
change most of it because you were already defining what PLC is.
And
right?
supplements really won't have an answer by next time anyways. I think we would need the additional week as well
Okay.
for
So
supplements.
then I think we'll go to the board and get some direction on compensation. So we should be towards the end of the month. They
Okay.
just asked us to come to them,
So you think compensation won't be till the 29th? And then you'll
depending on
have,
how deep we get on the 15th.
okay.
And okay, so we've got the 15th and then the 29th, and we're gonna make that a full day. Is that what we're doing?
No.
At 1 o'clock.
Starting at
o'clock.
1, yeah.
On the
Yep.
29th.
So we'll
Till
clean up the rest of the articles.
29th is 1,
1 o'clock until whenever.
and the 15th is at
It's Wednesday.
Would be
Yeah,
a good
that's fine.
day to join efforts and
5.
have, break bread together.
the 29th.
I think pizza or something. No? Okay,
I
no.
don't like to talk and eat.
No, you don't have to, like,
Oh.
So-
Not
Take a
mass
break.
bargaining,
Like,
just like,
just not bargaining. No.
let's
no.
all
Like,
eat.
On
We're
camera.
gonna lay a feast out on the table like the Last
talking
Supper.
about-
Like,
Maybe the district-
video and eating?
Maybe the district would be willing to bring some pizza.
Pass the gravy, Tammy.
Yes.